Things I wish my dad told me about having my own money. Things I wish my dad told me about having my own money. Number one, that it's very important as a woman to have your own money. That you shouldn't wait for anyone to help you come out of a situation. That you're more than capable of making your own money and sustaining yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
About money saving.
Yeah.
My dad is. I love you, Dad, but you're not really. Savings is not really a strong suit. So I think I wish my dad taught me a lot about saving. I think I struggle with savings. And when I look at this pattern back at home, I'm like, yeah, now I see where I get it from. Yeah, so savings.
Is Ben a good saver?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just two spendthrifts.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm with you right up there.
Savings.
Wanjiru, I wish my dad taught me about savings. And yes, not throwing it, like showing me.
Yeah.
This is how you save.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spend 30, save 30, something.
That
Yeah.
budget
budget
thing.
math
Yeah.
because hey. Yeah.
No.
Because it's one of those things where if you don't learn when you're young,
Yeah.
it's really
It's
hard.
hard.
Especially when it comes to money. I don't know what's the thing
It's
with money.
hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
And speaking of starting young, if there's one thing that I wish my dad told me was the power of tithing. I would have started tithing
A long time ago.
you know.
Yeah.
So I wish I had
Yeah.
that talk with
No, my dad drilled tithing into me.
Yeah.
But saving, so like tithing, I'm good, I'm
Faithful.
faithful.
Yeah.
that
but
faithful servant.
The first thing.
It took a while. It took a while to get me
I
there.
learned as very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the time, because it's usually the first thing you pay off
Yeah.
and then everything else. you
Everything
just
else.
save. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a journey.
Because even for me, I used to do other things, and then I'm like, oh, now I can tithe.
Now you can do,
right?
yeah.
But then now it's like I'll be somewhere and I clearly need to pay something, and I'm like, just wait,
I need to
do
tithe.
something.
Yeah. I think he drilled that in me. I got it a bit later,
Yeah.
but that's my fault. He drilled it. But savings,
Yeah.
Now, when you have somebody who's like a super saver.
oh, you're just like.
Is your partner
now
a super
us-
saver? Oh my god.
You know, us two spendthrifts, la vida loca every day. Yeah.
Yeah, even mine.
Ben is better than me,
Yeah.
a little bit. But me, like,
Really?
kaende, basi
So
mbele.
I think mine is more of like back to being in survival mode for so long. You're so used to not having to a point where when you have, you're just like,
You hold on to it.
Yeah.
I think that's Ben's
it'll
mentality.
It'll
yeah.
end, you
yeah.
know? So you end up not saving because you need to save,
But
but you're just
out of
like,
fear.
out of fear.
Yeah.
And even whatever you're saving, hata ikusaidii.
Yeah, ni tu uone tu pesa
Uone tu
hapa
pesa,
itakusaidia, yeah.
So
I also was on survival mode, especially the first years when my kids were
can
born.
imagine.
So like when it came to the financial topic for with my partner when we're about to get married, it's like, so how do you handle your finances? And it's like this. And then he's like, what? Yeah, like this.
it's not that
And
bad.
I have survived.
I'm here.
I have fed my children. No. So then I did have to unlearn a lot of things, prioritizing your costs, your expenses, how you're saving. And it's been so much easier. Yeah. It's been, kujinyima pia ni muhimu sometimes. Yeah. But I have had to learn and unlearn a lot. But I do wish that my father taught me
Yeah.
those things.
savings
Yeah.
and budgeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think even something dad taught me, and I don't know if this is a good thing, is about like that treating myself thing. I got it from my dad. When I'm sad, like dad buys himself suits so many times.
My
Like
mom
when
as well.
He's just
That's
always
my
ready to
partner.
treat himself.
That's my partner.
Yeah, Sunday to church, like almost every time I knew something.
But what if you budget for that?
I may.
And you know what I mean? Like, what if you budget for treating yourself? Because I like to treat myself too. You know, so just
Yeah.
have a budget for treating yourself
Yeah.
in there.
Speaking about treating yourself, I think that's something I wish I was taught. That it's okay to
treat yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't treat myself. Like, I have to be forced or pushed
get
to
yourself
buy
something.
myself things. It could even be something as simple as a meal.
Oh wow.
And I'm going to be like, why am I doing that? Like, I could
spend this
buy
money on
rice.
play. Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
And cook
it's
at home.
Yeah, and it's like,
But how easy it is for you to do it for your daughter, though? Like if she wants a meal.
Yeah, but I feel like it comes also from a place again of fear.
Survival, yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're going to spend, let's say, 600 on rice. And you don't want to spend something for like 300 on yourself. I don't know. Like,
It's
you know,
a
it's one-
weird
it's one
thing
of
in your
those
mind.
things
It's
where
a
just
weird
like,
math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once in a while, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
for the longest time, I had to be pushed to buy clothes.
For yourself.
For myself. So, for the first year of after I became a mom, I didn't do anything, right?
For you.
For myself. So, my partner was away for work and he sent me money. He's like, Tracy, go to the store and buy yourself. Don't buy the child any more clothes. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I went and bought myself like 2 items and like
then
the
the rest.
rest of the stuff was like baby stuff. But from that moment, I just started realizing that it's important to buy for myself things. So I'm starting to, buy myself, even if it's like a earring, like a pair of jeans, whatever.
done.
Just slowly.
That's cute. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
get
why I
there.
was asking if it's easy for you, because I have the same problem where I'll tell anybody, even my sister, I'm finally going shopping for clothes for myself, and then I come up with one item for myself, and everything else
is
is
for the kids.
or for
But I
my
think
friends.
that's just always going to be the case.
Yeah.
But as a parent,
Yeah, yeah.
you'll always think about your child first.
Yeah.
It comes naturally.
It's so natural. Like you don't even feel like
I
you're.
fear mine might not. I might just go and buy everything for myself.
No. Imagine
And my
you
kid
won't-
is walking around naked, but I have the latest stuff.
No.
That would be
So
the 2%.
Yeah.
Ben would kill me.
Oh,
but yeah,
well done.
so it
Happy
comes
for
with
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You'll get there. All right. This is one actually. Things I wish my dad taught me about bad boys. That they exist. Like I think for me, I thought every guy was good.
Yeah.
Every
Because your
guy
dad was?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I thought everyone is like dad, of course. Sweet, kind, present, everything. So I think I wish you told me that bad guys.
Did you ever
bad
date
boys.
any bad boys?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And maybe in that sense, maybe it's my definition of bad boys. It's not like what the movies.
baddest.
Yeah. It's not the gangster kind of bad boys.
Right.
But in my definition, they were just not good for me. They were not right for me in any shape, form, or manner. Right. So I wish you told me they exist. Yeah.
I wish I was told how to identify a bad boy.
Yeah.
And if my dad was present, I would have wanted him to tell me, don't go any further. Because I feel like, with a dad, it's so easy for a dad to be like, you're not going outside that door.
Yeah.
And you
And you
there's actually
listen.
fear in
Yeah.
your heart that
Yeah.
you're not going to leave.
Right.
And I really wish I had my dad to be like, you're not going to see that boy. And there's nothing else you can do about it. It takes me back to those, you remember those Bollywood movies we'd watch? Of this girl who's been told, don't get out of that house.
Yeah.
Or you pay that cowboy to go to another country and never come back. I wish I had a dad to pay off this guy.
This
just
guy to
leave
go
me
to another
alone,
country.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because I have dated, especially like my first boyfriend out of high school was a very bad boy. And I really look back and I'm like, I really wish I never got together with that man. Right? And I feel like a dad would have more power to say, no,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Leave my child.
Yeah. Now that you say that, even when I think about bad boys, I wish you told me like bad boys are not, because I think dad drilled bad boys are guys who drink, who smoke weed,
Right.
who like just
Who
are
shafagi.
against the word of God.
Yes.
But bad boys are also guys who just don't treat you right.
Yeah.
Who are not kind to you, who speak down on you. And I think I spent a lot of time, I was like, if you're not smoking weed and drinking alcohol, then you must be right for me.
Right.
But truly, your character is just trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said that, like, it's not just the smoking and the drinking, because as when I got older and I started having the conversation, because I had the conversations with my exes, with my mom, but when I started having them with my dad, like, he was on my side a lot more, and I'm like, you get it.
Yeah.
Whereas for my mom, it was, as a lady, do this, and my dad is like not having it. He's like, that is not okay. That
Yeah.
should not happen. So I appreciate that about him. However, growing up, every boy to my dad was a bad boy. So, there was
If they
no
were a
way.
boy,
If they were a boy, they were
bad.
bad. Okay, so no contact, no conversations, no nothing. So I really wish that in that sense that there was a little bit more grace and I guess allowance to be able to sort of have that conversation in terms of this is my friend, because there was no boy that was
could
not
be
a
a
bad
friend.
boy.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
The next one was about nice guys. What do you wish dad had told you about nice guys?
That they're the best. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think, because when I told you we've had very many conversations, I think the one thing that he did make it very clear is that nobody is perfect. And so accepting somebody's flaws and understanding them to a level where then their actions don't make them a bad person. And this is also a conversation I've had with Barak. It's who they are that you look at rather than some of the small things that may irritate you that, you know, that you can then just easily paint them as bad or nice, because there's a lot of wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm telling you this. So for me, maybe what I wish he did tell me is when I was growing up, I just wish we had conversations about boys. Like, honestly, I was like, he
More
didn't tell me
conversations about
then,
boys,
Yeah,
yeah.
then. But
Yeah.
now, no.
But
Yeah,
now
do.
that you're talking about, wolf in sheep clothing, I wish I was told that it's okay to take your sweet time when dating.
Yeah.
Like don't get into a relationship and now you're just moving over to the next thing. Like take your time and have your checklist. Right?
Yeah,
Of the things that you can take and the things that you cannot take.
Yeah.
Right? And I say that because sometimes you look at the relationships that you've been in and you're like, man, I shouldn't have been in that one for that long.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and
So
I feel like if you had those conversations about
Yeah.
specific relationships,
Yeah.
like you'd have made decisions easier
decisions
as well.
easier. Like, hey, Dad, I have this guy, X and X and X. Today this happened.
Yeah.
Yesterday he did this. What do you think? Blah blah blah. I feel like it would have really made dating and understanding bad boys and nice guys.
Yeah.
Better.
I think even when you speak about dating, I think dad, because he values faith so much, he's old school, it was dating for marriage. So I think for every guy I was with, even at 20, I'm looking for a husband in you. And like really that's the most ridiculous thing a 20-year-old could do, because your brain hasn't even formed completely. Even his as a guy hasn't formed completely.
He's way behind.
Yeah, like he's way behind in terms of maturity. So I think I spent a lot of time looking for husbands in boys. And like I wish he had drilled in me that it's okay to date just for, but not like a Christian father would allow you to just date for the sake of
But that's because
dating.
in the back of his mind, he's like, they're definitely going to be having sex.
Yeah. But I think I spent so much time just looking for a husband in an 18-year-old. Like this.
Like how?
How? Make it make sense. The math is not mathing.
Yeah, you're actually right. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we're on the last round, I think.
Oh, yeah, well, almost there.
I hope you guys are enjoying this. I feel like we've had so much
No,
time here.
in between.
I feel like we've forgotten about them. Yeah.
Okay. Things I wish my dad taught me about resilience. Oh no, this one I don't wish he taught me about, because my dad and pushing
Resilience,
through.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like a number one. Because one of my earliest memories I can remember, I don't even know if this is resilience or I don't even know child trauma, is when he was teaching us how to swim. We used to go every Saturday with my sister, and my dad got tired of how scared my sister would get getting into the water and how long she's taking. And, she has to push herself. You got to do it. You got to keep going. And so he grabbed her and he threw her to the middle of the pool, something similar to what the Roaming Chef did. So even when I saw that video, I sent it to my sister and I'm just like, see, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. And she cried, but she swam her way to one of the poles and, she was okay. So he has really taught us in the most unique ways
to be
how
resilient.
to be resilient. Yeah. He pushes us. Yeah.
Resilience, Tracy?
I wish Oh man, I guess you can go as I think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
About resilience, just like Claire, Dad has done, and I think he's taught us not by sitting us down, but by watching
Watching
him.
him.
He's picked himself up. Every failed business, every
Right.
failed business relationship, especially business. When I think about it, he's picked himself up every single time. You
Right.
just close. You close this business, it's on to, we think, we re-strategize, we get to the next one.
Yeah.
And I think I've carried that resilience. You keep on pushing, you
Yeah,
keep on
just keep on
pushing.
pushing.
It's hard, but you keep on, you can step back, breathe a little, but you get back into the arena.
Yeah.
And you keep fighting.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I think I'll just piggyback on what both
Yeah.
of you have said.
Right.
I wish I had, my dad around to just show me how to be resilient. However, my mom did show me how to be resilient, but
Yeah.
not in like talking. It's
In
just
the-
how
how
she
she-
was.
yeah.
She just had to be resilient. So in that sense, I also had to be resilient. But also now with my partner, I see it, and I really admire how resilient he is.
Right.
Because, man, if there's someone who's just gonna keep pushing,
Going.
Yeah.
is him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, can you just take a break? Like, just what you're saying about the failed businesses. In the past, like 2 years, I've seen a lot of no's, him being told so many no's, and he's just, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You
Great.
don't feel
Let's
bad,
just-
you
let's-
keep
Yeah,
moving.
let's just keep moving.
Yeah.
And now that I'm seeing a lot of things come to life, I'm like, wow.
You did it.
You did it. Like you're
That
so
resilience
resilient.
paid off, yeah.
And I like the fact that now my daughter has such
That-
a
yeah,
such
to
a
see.
role model,
Yeah.
such a figure to see.
She's going to sit back when she's like 20 like us and say,
Yeah.
my dad taught me resilience. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is it me or is it?
Oh, it's
oh,
me.
it's
Things this says thighs. So I don't know whoever was typing this, where was your mind? So things I wish my dad taught me about jealousy.
Ooh.
oof. That it's a kawaida emotion. I think it's okay to feel jealous. It's
Yeah.
what you do with that
Yeah.
emotion that's the problem. I think he drilled it to me that don't do this or when you get jealous. Like just don't get jealous in the first place. But I think it's a very kawaida emotion. But you need to be very careful that you check it so that it doesn't lead you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
I wish my dad told me that when you're feeling that sense of jealousy or why is that person having it better than me, ask yourself why not that person? Like isn't
yeah.
that also God's child?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good
Exactly,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish that's what I was told because and even now I usually look at situations and I'm like, why not them? Like God also loves them as much as he loves
you.
me.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one. I wish I
really
was told that.
nice.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
not them?
I think I would be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump on that same one as you. No, because I want to say from a point of insecurity, but I'm also like, isn't that where most of jealousy comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's this theory called the missing tile syndrome. I don't know if you've heard of it, where if you walk into a room and there's a tile that's missing from the ceiling, the first thing that you'll notice is that tile and the space and the hole. And it's like, why is that tile not there? And it's sort of similar to what we experience as human beings, where it's like, for example, I have Kikuyu legs, so I don't have this
What's Kikuyu
calves. You know, when you have the squimbes,
You know
right?
what? Today I was actually telling my trainer, I was like, bro,
And we
this
need to work on them.
This thighs can't be like this.
Yeah. They
need
And
to
I'm
be
walking
like-
around with chicken legs. Yeah, I was
You get that completely.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
I get that.
overwork them, but somebody usually tells me it's jeans, and I'm just like, they will come, okay? And so what I find myself doing is admiring, because it's not really from a point of jealousy, it's admiring, oh my gosh, look at
Calves,
her
yeah.
calves. Oh, those are nice calves. This is just an example. But in most cases, jealousy stems from insecurity.
Yeah.
And it's when I use that same theory of the missing tile
Tile.
syndrome, is what you feel you're missing in your own life, which is now where you come in, where it's like, why not,
Not them.
You know what I mean? But for me, what I wish I could have been taught by my dad when it comes to jealousy, I think it would have been the identity in Christ, because that would have really, really helped with whatever it is or whatever I'm feeling I lack that this other person has. Because then it's like, it's okay that they have it. I am enough.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
This is their journey. I am
I am
enough.
enough.
This is my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just that. Yeah.
But you know what? Now that we're done. No. Babe, you haven't said yours. Sorry.
No, it's the kawaida emotion. Jealousy
Yeah.
is a kawaida emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have your question.
Yeah,
she
I
has
have
to
one and
Finish
one
your
last one.
question,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then-
we'll
and
finish.
then yeah.
Okay.
You'll remember.
I'll remember.
Things I wish my dad told me about my period.
What's he going to say?
What is he going exactly? He doesn't
Wear
know
your
anything.
pad, like, I know. He's gonna probably like
No, on this one I'm fine.
Yeah,
on this
you're-
one
yeah.
I'm fine hearing it from mom.
Yeah.
I'm fine hearing it from
I
mom.
just wish he didn't make it so uncomfortable because he wouldn't even say the word. It's
Period.
hizo vitu za wanawake.
Wasichana,
I'm
yeah.
just like, just say I'm on my period.
yeah.
We're on your period, and then like he'd say
Yeah.
like whenever my sister and my mom and I are having moods or whatever in the house, he'd say this in Kikuyu, hey nikwa dhoka. Like it's like things are really
Yeah.
messed up in here, rather than just being open about the
Yeah.
fact that
It's
periods.
PMS.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my God.
So I wish we had open conversations
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. I don't want you to tell me how to put on my pads, but I want to be like, Dad, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm having cramps.
I'm cramping.
right
And
now."
I'd like
Yeah.
some soup,
Yeah.
or I'd like
Something.
something.
Yeah,
I
something.
don't see my dad caring very much,
Yeah,
so
about
it's
that.
fine.
Okay.
It's cool. Is there anything that he would have said or done that would have made it easier with our partners? Is it any easier with our partners, first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not like hiding to change. You're just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
Here it is. I'm on my period.
please throw it for me.
Please get me tampons. Please get me tampons.
Yeah. And they're like, which one, maxi thick?
Yeah.
or extra long? I mean, I don't think they would have
There's
said
any-
anything
yeah.
for us to be easier, to have it easier with our partners. I think that's just one of those things where you live with someone for
Sometimes.
for some time, and it's like, oh my God, I left
This
it on the
happens
toilet.
now.
Please throw it for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it has to do with individuals because I've seen a couple of my cousins still like uneasy to talk about it with their husbands. But I think the role that also your partner plays in making you comfortable, because then I'll give you an example, which is a very strange example. I don't know if I should say this, but actually, it's fine. I'm not going to say it. Before my partner got comfortable with certain things, he was completely uncomfortable with it. I'm the one who just had to keep pushing the agenda.
To keep saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. But had he also not made it comfortable for me, I don't know if I would have cared actually, to be honest, because I didn't care. I didn't care about this other thing as well. So I feel like it depends on the individual.
Yeah.
If you get out of that stigma of, oh my gosh, periods, these are sensitive, hide. Because my mom still tells me, ficha hizo pa." You know what I mean? And then I'm just
Yeah,
like,
you're
no.
walking
Yeah,
around.
like you're supposed to hide them. No. And the question was what? How they respond to it back.
Yeah.
You know how you respond to it. You're like the best. Like honestly,
Yeah.
ice cream, chocolates. Like when I'm on my periods, yeah, I get
cute.
spoiled quite a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I actually wish it was things his dad had told him
About
women on their periods. Because I find Ben gets very, especially the PMS. Okay, and I can take it. Let me admit, I can
We
get very
all can.
dramatic. But I think I wish he'd been taught how to handle a woman who's going through PMS, who's going through like, because I think he would think I'm just being emotional, I'm just being dramatic, I'm just
Right.
being all these things. But truly, it's hormonal. Like I really can't.
But you can't do anything
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
yeah.
Sure, when I was growing up, when I was in high school, I used to think like girls used to pretend about the hormonal thing until I got to my late 20s, 30s. I've called all my friends. Let me ask you something.
Is it kawaida?
Is it me or is it normal to feel this? Because like sorrow
Yeah,
is sorrow.
it's deep.
Sadness is sadness. It's heavy. You can be crying.
Smallest of things can make you
can
tear.
trigger you. Smallest of things. And honestly, in their defense, I don't even understand it sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't get it. So I usually warn this guy. Like on my calendar, I'm like, oh, I'm about to be on my period, honey. So warning, heads up, and he will know, okay, how to maneuver, how to navigate. Or like, yeah, that's just PMSing. And he won't take things seriously. Because honestly, it also gets me off guard.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
I wish he'd been taught how to do
I
it.
find mine is so inconsistent. And not the flow.
Yeah.
But
The
how
PMS?
how I feel. Because sometimes I'm okay. Most times I'm actually okay. I don't even know that I'm going through
God's
stuff.
favorites.
And
I know.
then
God's
there's some days
favorites.
I'll do something and he's like, what's up with that attitude? And I'm like, which one? But most times, honestly, you can't even tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine is like clockwork. Mine is like, I know it's time now, guys. Unleash the beast. All right, last question for the day.
Did I not ask it? Okay, last question. Things I wish my dad told me about heartbreak. Hey.
That it hurts.
Yeah.
That
it
actually hurts. Oh my goodness.
And sometimes it feels like physical
That's what
pain.
I'm saying. It actually hurts. I remember my first heartbreak with that kabad boy I was telling you guys about. Hey, it was painful. I was vomiting. I'm like, Kwani, what's going on? Yeah, I'm like,
You even think you're sick, like physically
honestly,
sick.
You're having insomnia, bro. I was buying Nitol. I'm like,
It's bad.
I had no business buying Nitol at that age.
Yeah.
But like usingizi inaingia 6. You're like, guy, nasikia tu kudai.
It's the end of the world,
It's the end
literally.
of the world, and it really feels like it's so gloomy.
Yeah.
And you have this cloud just raining. You're walking. You remember those cartoons where someone is walking and they have a cloud. Everywhere else is sunny, but it's gloomy on their side. And I wish I was told that and talk about your heartbreak. With someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I held it in. Like you cry, and then you pick yourself up and you move on.
One day you're just binge drinking for like 2 months, and then you're back in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that it hurts. Yeah. Claire?
I think that it hurts, but also he did go through and still continues to go through some of the difficulties that I've had to face when it comes to heartbreak, especially because for me there were kids involved. So I don't know if I would say what I wish he could have taught me, because I feel like everybody's heartbreak is sort of different. It hurts like crazy, but there's different angles to ways you can be able to maneuver it. So like with my situation, I think the best he could have just been is been there for me, like to support me. I don't think there's really much else he could have done. Yeah.
My friend usually says this. Ukishatapika like 2 or 3 times. After umetoka hapo, kuna heartbreak. Like the 4th, the 5th, the 6th heartbreak won't be that bad. But you have to tapika the first time.
Actually, that's kind of
time.
true. That's kind of true. I don't know. But it depends on the person.
I think you have to sort of like build some sort of like tolerance.
Yeah,
resilience to go through it.
Because,
or maybe because you also grow up and your emotions are also more mature.
They're different.
Yeah, so it gets easier.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Did you guys enjoy?
You actually had a question for us.
Oh, yes. I had a question. You know how we've been asking the things that we wish our dad told us?
Right.
I'm just thinking about what if they actually didn't know these things that we wish that they told us.
You are
right?
correct, 100%.
Or because it'd be weird if they withdrew some of this stuff from us.
This information.
But
or they genuinely just didn't know.
You know
what
how
to
we used
do,
to say,
how to approach it.
Like by the time I'm 24 or the time I'm 30, I'm gonna be this. Maybe they're also trying to figure out life.
Life,
like we're figuring out
and then
life
also
right now.
they're also trying to figure out how do I best communicate this with my child in a way that they can understand.
Yeah.
How will this information hurt my child?
Right.
Or trigger something.
Fear, like they're scared.
It's
they
a
want to
lot-
protect you.
Yeah. And I'm asking this because now that we're parents, it's like, how would you have some of these conversations with them? Because you also want to protect them. You don't want to break their heart. You don't want them to feel sad, whatever. So it's challenging.
Yeah.
I think our dads did such a great job.
Our dads and moms.
Your dads, my mom,
Yeah.
and did a very great job in raising us. you
Yeah.
know. Both of you outstanding women.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kudos, mom, dad.
And dad.
Dad in absentia.
But to answer your question and how we'd go about it, I've had to very difficultly accept the fact that I cannot protect my kids from everything. I cannot.
It's a difficult
can't.
realization.
It is hard.
It's very hard, and you
hard.
just cannot. So for me, it's just have those difficult conversations. Be there for them as much as you need to be there. Affirm your love for them as much as you affirm your love. There's something that I learned from my mom-in-law, which I actually wish. This is one of the wishes I wish my dad did. Was that even in times where I messed up, that they would have told me that they still love me. Do you get it? Like you get what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do with my kids. Like there's nothing you're gonna do that
That
is
will
gonna
make
make me stop loving you.
Yeah.
Like I'm upset, I'm angry,
But
I'm
I still
disciplining
love
you, but I
But I
love you.
love
Do
you.
you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So just be there as best as you can for them because and having those difficult conversations just to answer
Yeah.
your question. Yeah.
And pray for them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, on your knees.
Yes.
My parents did a lot, but one thing they did really well is pray for us.
But you guys, I'm sure the 3 a.m.
Hey, they were, I'm kind of I wasn't going to do that. Yeah.
No, what are these guys
But
doing?
you could hear them praying
10
for
years
you.
later, there's a kind of
Yeah.
about to hit you and then it misses.
And then you're like,
It
it's
was
that
that.
3 a.m. prayer.
That 3 a.m. prayer.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. I
Thank
hope you
you.
had
Thank
fun.
you. Oh,
We
yes.
were ambushed, but it was a really good conversation. Yeah.
Thank you
so
for
much
having us.
And,
Yeah.
congratulations to you and Ben.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's
Thank
such
you.
a beautiful thing to see partners like do something together and grow together
Yeah.
and achieve things
Thank
together.
you.
And it's really, really inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for honoring.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And for honoring our invite. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm looking at this camera again for the second time because I've been looking here
yeah,
the
even
whole
this-
time. I just but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. We will see you guys on the next Joyride episode.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.